I think I'm online now, but I don't see anything here, so that's why. But you know what? I'll figure this out later, bro. I'll figure this out later. Let's see what we have today.
You have these people.
Yeah. So what's good? What's popping? What's good? What's popping? Welcome back to the channel. Right. So what's good? What's popping? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a video by Coach Carlton titled "The Ozempic Trend Just Got Dangerous." So uh, yeah. I mean it's bad, but I feel like we all know the risks associated with using Ozempic, and it kind of makes you look crazy in a way. But let's see what this Coach Colton has to say. He's a bodybuilder, so he's giving us his unique insights on this. Let's go.
Who have lost more than just fat. They've lost their entire physique, their muscle mass, their bone mineral density. All of the weight they had lost was muscle mass and bone mineral density.
Disclaimer, this video is educational and informative in nature. Do not contact anyone shown in this video. Also, this video is discussing steroids. Do not
use steroids.
This is entirely for educational and entertainment purposes only.
There's a serious cult forming around a drug that is quite literally destroying people's bodies. And no one is really talking about it. And
I ain't gonna lie. Let's take it back a bit. This is a crazy transformation, bro. This is a crazy transformation, bro. This is a crazy transformation, bro. Can't lie. Yeah. I mean, as always.
Literally destroying people's bodies. And no one is really talking about it, and I think it really does need to be talked about. Let me explain.
Now, well, I feel like this Ariana Grande right here, I feel like she has a eating disorder. I don't think she uses Ozempic, you know?
About 2 years ago, we saw something called Ozempic come to market. Well, it was actually a lot earlier than that, but it became really, really relevant, essentially, basically post-COVID era. And within literally several months, it took the world by storm. Now we have every single celebrity in Hollywood taking a GLP-1 agonist or something like.
Oh, damn.
Every single celebrity in Hollywood taking a GLP-1 agonist or something like Ozempic, as well as every fitness influencer and their mother, including myself.
Just white rice, double chicken, mild medium cheese.
I'm good, bro. Don't worry about it. I'm on hella Retta. Makes me immune.
Your aunt, your mama's dog, your brothers, your sister's boyfriend, your brother's boyfriend, everybody's on it. You see constant TikTok posts, Instagram reels, every possible form of media talking about this one drug. And genuinely, it works really fucking well. People are losing weight and numbers are falling off of the scale faster than they've ever done historically before. It's kind of like we've cracked the code to the obesity epidemic that has been plaguing the United States for 20 plus years.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Unfortunately, though, things haven't been cracked so easy because biology does not give free lunch. See, weight isn't the only metric that is important to track while you're losing weight. I know that sounds convoluted, but when you really think about it, you can lose a pound and have that pound be bone mineral density and lean mass and maintain fat mass, and you've effectively lost weight, but you've also gotten fatter. So you can see my point. It's very critical that weight loss is constructive. It is something that there are guidelines to, and a diet is considered, and definitely a lifestyle while you're engaging in something that's relative to weight loss.
Nice.
And why am I talking about all this? Well, Ozempic face, and we've brought it up.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Let's have a look at
And
this.
why am I talking about all this? Well, Ozempic face.
Okay, yo, shit.
Nice.
And why am I talking about all this? Well, Ozempic.
Yeah. I mean, I personally feel like she looked better here compared to here, but here she just looks like Dracula's wife or something, bro. So, I mean, it's always, but like, I feel like she looks better here, bro. So the next one,
And we've brought
nah, he look better here.
it up
Can't
before
lie.
on this channel, but I think it's really interesting.
I mean, over the past 7 years, Katie Bates dropped over 80 pounds after focusing on healthier lifestyle and lost an additional 20 pounds after using Ozempic, seen in 2015. I mean, she looks good now, though, so.
To always talk about and look at
That's the thing, though. I would have never imagined that she used Ozempic. Wow.
individuals who have been affected by the Ozempic phase.
Nah. I know, but this is just a weird choice of clothing. Skinny jeans with white corporate shirts with this overall.
So basically, plastic surgeons everywhere have been talking about this epidemic of Ozempic face. Basically, people losing weight so radically fast that their facial features change drastically and they lose a lot of facial fullness. And it's definitely one of those things where you can see drastic changes in primary celebrities over the past 2 to 3 years. Jessica Simpson, for example, has completely changed her face. And one of the big ones where it's like super obvious is Scott Disick. I don't know his fucking. He was on Kardashians.
Yeah, this one right here looked better before, bro. It definitely looked better before.
One of the girls there or something. I don't really keep up with that shit. But basically, you could.
Yeah, he. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, god damn. Look at this shit right here. This is a healthy face, bro. This nigga is like a zombie right now. So I don't know. I mean, if it makes you feel good, then do you? But like, even the beard and shit, the beard looks good. She looks scrawny, bro. And the hairline looks good too. Face looks good. This shit just like spoils his whole facial structure and shit.
See, from 2022 to 2024, a span of 2 years, he looks entirely different. His face is completely emaciated, and he has sunken-in cheeks and almost a hollow face. You can see his temples, his forehead, you can see his cheekbones, his jawline, but it's not a healthy kind of looking way, like usually those are features you want to see, but it looks like they're almost too full.
This nigga right here, I feel like what he's saying is true. And he also looks like, what you call it now? Like someone that's a coke addict or like a meth addict. So it looks like one of those.
Or gone. And so the reason that I'm making this
all these niggas that take this shit, their face looks weird, bro.
video is because of this gal. And I don't want anybody to run over to her profile and say anything, but she had several videos go viral recently, and it's just a brand new, fresh account. But she's been talking a lot about her GLP-1 usage, how she lost a ton of weight, which awesome for her. But the changes to her face and body seem a little bit too much.
I've been on a GLP-1 since January of 2025. And my goal was to move into maintenance, but my insurance coverage is going to be ending next month. And I don't know what my next steps are going to be. I've heard in maintenance that folks typically spread the dosing out to like...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, if I want to see what she looked like before I started taking the GLP-1 shit. But like, if you want to look like, if you want to take it and look like this is not the goal. This is definitely not the goal, bro. This is not the goal. Now she looks so. I don't say she looks bad, but like she just looks like an alien, bro. It looks weird.
Weeks
You know what I'm saying?
apart or so. but with everything kind of going on, not really quite sure what I want to do yet since I won't have the coverage.
In this video, she's talking about she doesn't know what to do because insurance is going to now stop covering her GLP-1 usage because she's lost the weight that she needed to lose and she wants to move to a maintenance dose. The problem is now is that when you buy GLP-1s legitimately on market, it is a drastically high price. And I'm talking multiple thousands of dollars for even sometimes just a month of treatment. And so she's kind of scratching at the bit here, trying to figure out what is she gonna do.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna call you slack, bro. Like, this is not the goal. I'm not hating on her physique, but this is not the goal. This is definitely not the goal, bro. All you women out there watching my videos, or my first video in a long time, appreciate you all. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get this video out there. But still, though, this is not the goal. Definitely not the goal.
Kind of scratching at the bit here, trying to figure out what is she gonna do.
And I'm also considering possibly going on to the compounded version. So if anyone is in maintenance or thinking about it or close to it or on the compounded, I'd love to hear from you.
And so this post blew up because a lot of the comments were talking about how she was disappearing, how her face looked gaunt, and how she was basically going too far with all of this. And this is a common trend that you see with individuals using GLP-1s that don't have any previous history of dieting, don't understand protein intake. And I know that sounds like really basic, but honestly, a lot of people even watching this video probably have never tracked protein, have never tracked a calorie, have never considered how much protein they consume on a day-to-day basis. And so when you take something that inhibits your appetite strongly, very strongly, the chances that you're now going to go from a undernourished diet but overfed to a undernourished diet and underfed is really, really high. And when that happens, you are going to metabolize muscle tissue and bone mineral like mad. In fact, your body will preference that tissue as opposed to fat tissue. And so you end up in a situation where you have...
I ain't gonna lie, based on what he said, he's making a fair point, actually. That's why she looks like this, though. He's making a fair point. But when I heard about her, I would have never imagined that she was on Ozempic. You know, I feel like this thing is kind of like I don't want to say it's...
who have lost more than just fat. They've lost their entire physique, their muscle mass, their bone mineral density.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Oh, god damn, nah. Nah, bro, nah. You know, I was saying earlier that I need to see what she looked like before she got this shit done. But this shit's, nah, bro. Like, how do you even compare? How do you compare this shit right here? This is a good ass looking face, bro. This is a good face. It's a very good face. Very good face. Then you get this, man. Ain't no one gonna marry you looking like this, bro. I mean, people will still marry you, you know. But like, I'm not hating on her, but like, yo, this is so crazy. This is a crazy ass transformation, bro. Crazy ass transformation. She should sue the person that gave her this drug. I can't lie. It's not good. No.
And then she
Winking
made
at
this
me.
post in a response to the comments that were on that video, basically showing the facial transformation that she is.
Oh, I mean, you can lose this shit naturally though, and you can still preserve your actual face and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm on the journey myself. I'm quite big, so you know I'm working on it. But like, I think at most she looks like about 350 pounds. I don't know if she's even up to that though. So you can lose this shit, bro. Like, I don't know. I mean, we're in the West now, so do whatever you want to do, bro.
She's down 175 pounds. So again, very big kudos to her. That is hard. And that's harder than most bodybuilders going through a bodybuilding prep. It's kind of funny, actually. I think about this a lot. Bodybuilders talk about their preps being so arduous, like the hardest possible things to do in life. When you have someone who's obese trying to lose weight and get down to a healthy body fat percentage, they sometimes have to lose on the order of magnitude of hundreds of pounds to accomplish that. Not 10 to 20, maybe 15 pounds to get shredded for a bodybuilding competition. To lose 100 plus pounds of weight is astronomically harder than losing 10 to 15 pounds.
I am convinced that people do not understand that it takes patience.
But regardless of that, you can see that her face has obviously changed, and she's been modified by using these GLP-1 agonists and losing weight drastically fast. So there's something really important to understand here. There was a set of trials done. It was called the Step 1 trial and then the Sustained 8 trial. And these two trials showed something in conjunction that was honestly, it's shocking to me at least, which was that the trials done by New England Journal of Medicine showed that over a span of time where they were testing a non-semaglutide group, just having them control for calories to lose weight, versus a semaglutide group, was that the group, obviously with semaglutide, lost a shit ton more weight. But there was a huge problem. They lost 39 to 40% of their weight in lean mass. Now, what that essentially means is all of the weight that they had lost was nearly half of it was muscle mass and bone mineral density. And this is exactly why you see so many people who don't necessarily have like a nutrition-based background losing their faces, losing their bodies, quite literally, looking emaciated using GLP-1s. So in fact, you're not just losing fat from your face, but you're changing your facial architecture because you are losing those components of your body. And sometimes that can actually look really good, especially if you do control for protein. But most of the time, in a lot of individuals who don't have any concern for these things, it is very deleterious. Essentially, you've taken steps to lose weight, but you've also lost muscle mass and bone mineral density, resulting in hormonal environments changing within the body. And that results in just genuinely really a not so ideal result as compared to somebody who would have discipline, engage in normal nutritional patterns, and healthfully drop weight. And the thing about these like semaglutide studies, trizepatide studies, and many more is that the weight loss happens extremely fast, and the quickness matters because that really is what deflates a person. So if you're somebody that's taking Ozempic or a GLP-1 agonist that's very similar, what you have to consider, and it's like critical that you consider this, is rapid weight loss is not the goal. Constructive weight loss is the goal, where you're eating a very nutrient-dense diet with a good amount of protein, somewhere around 1 gram per pound of body weight, plus you're actually working out with weights. I know it sucks, it is what you gotta do, but it works, and it keeps you from melting away. Generally, my rule of thumb for even clients who are doing bodybuilding is you don't wanna exceed about 1.5% of your total body weight in weight loss per week. That's a pretty easy number to calculate. If you're 200 pounds, essentially, you shouldn't be losing more than about 3 pounds per week, and if you are, rest assured that some of your muscle and bone mineral density is melting away too. And with that, you lose certain facial features and favorable kind of looks and turn into this ghoulish individual that goes viral on social media. And you see this so much now. And
That's the thing though, like, when I saw this,
that goes viral on social media, and you see
when I saw this nigga right here, like, when you see these people, I don't think one would just imagine that they are, you know, on GLP-1 drugs or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So I just thought that the nigga was just skinny and had a problem, you know, gaining weight and shit. So I don't know. I just this nigga just doesn't eat and just works out, or eats a lot, but his body can't like gain weight and stuff like that. But I mean, Coach Colton says he's on GLP-1, so I mean, that's the background.
So much now. And it's like everybody and their mother can get a GLP-1. I mean, you just hop online, you go onto any website, and you start taking it. And unfortunately, a lot of those individuals just don't have any foundational dietary knowledge. And so they still eat the chips, and they still eat the cheesecake, and they still eat the bullshit, and they just eat less of it. And so now, like I said, they're undernourished and underfed. When before they were already undernourished, but now they're wildly underfed. And that just is a recipe for fucking disaster.
It's a disaster, man. We gotta stop it.
I made this video because a lot of people ask me about this kind of stuff, honestly. They ask me, how do I avoid Ozempic face? How do I lose weight with GLP-1s correctly? Can you do more videos on GLP-1s? And this is kind of the video that I wanted to make. It's not a good look after some time of abusing these things without really understanding your diet, understanding how to eat, and all that other good stuff. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nice vid by Coach Colton. You know, I learned a lot from this video. Yo, my new listeners, y'all like, share, subscribe. Let's get this video out there, and see y'all later, man. Appreciate it. Bye. And for the guys that are
Family of 17-year-old files a Family of 17-year-old files a $1 million lawsuit after she died from drinking multiple energy drinks daily for a year. Yes, you heard that right. Daily, no days missed off. 365 every day, multiple drinks per day, which probably, multiplied up on into 600 milligrams per day if you're having 3 of these drinks per day. Yeah, I went to their website actually. Each drink apparently has 12 fluid ounces, and as you can see as I'm scrolling down, we go to caffeine. It says contains 200 milligrams of caffeine per 12 fluid ounces per serving. And I just gotta say, why are you drinking multiple of these per day at 17 at your age? You're a cheerleader. What do you weigh at most? 120. The safe dose for a girl at your age max I think is around 100 milligrams per day. And I know a lot of people consume way more caffeine than that, but if you're gonna be doing that, don't do it every fucking day, and don't do it multiple times a day. That literally makes no sense. You're speeding up dying, essentially. Your heart cannot take that level of caffeine at your size, at your age, at your weight. Like, you gotta be smarter. Even I, as a grown man who's athletic, I'm not consuming more than 300 milligrams of caffeine per day. I'll have an energy drink pre-workout, and maybe I'll have a matcha throughout the day, and that's pretty much it. But apparently she was chugging way more than I would every day too, which is crazy.
The family of a Texas teenager is blaming an energy drink for the cheerleader's death. The family of that 17-year-old is suing the drink's distributor for wrongful death.
They say they're daughter died from an enlarged enlarged heart and say it was caused by drinking large amounts of caffeine, and they want her death to be a warning to others.
No shit. Like, again, do people realize that, or do they not realize caffeine is a drug, and too much of any drug can have negative impacts on your body that doesn't know how to process that every single day, multiple times a day? I need people to realize that caffeine is not only a stimulant, right, to, it can get you going throughout the day. It is a psychoactive, so it can also affect your mood and your stability and the way you think. This is like why, again, everything within moderation. People need to learn.
This was the senior year for high school student Larissa Rodriguez.
Her goal was to go to law school. She had already been admitted to UT undergrad, amongst 20 other schools.
The 17-year-old cheerleader and student council president passed away in October. Her family's lawyers now announcing her cause of death. They say it was an enlarged heart because of excessive caffeine consumption.
I feel like this is an obvious thing. I feel like this is just common sense. Too much of any drug is bad, but caffeine, I think it's because caffeine is so ubiquitous in today's day and age in society that it's easily accessible to a lot of people. A 5-year-old, I guess, can go into a store and get an energy drink, that people don't realize the dangers of caffeine.
The medical examiner did not say in her report that she died because she drank caffeine that day.
Right.
It's because the continuous drinking of caffeine.
Case closed. Case closed then. Because of the continuous, what are we talking about? The continuous consumption of caffeine multiple times per day. If you're having 3 of these drinks every single day, right, you're going to be consuming 600 milligrams of caffeine per day, And what does she weigh around 100 pounds? The safe dose for a girl that young and that light, minimal body weight is a cheerleader, is going to be around 100 milligrams per day, not multiple of these caffeine bombs in her body that her liver, her kidneys, her heart can't even handle. It makes no sense to me at all.
She had picked up a habit of drinking Alani new energy drinks. The drinks became such a part of her life that even her homecoming proposal was Alani themed. While the cans do have a label that says the drink...
Whoa. No, we got to go back. We can't skip. She was so addicted to this drink, Alani, that even her homecoming theme was Alani based. See... Alani, that even her homecoming theme was Alani based. See, it's hard to feel bad for people in these situations. And the top comment here says, why the F are we drinking an energy drink every day? On the weekends too, this is actually, it's a caffeine addiction. That's what it is. Someone said, Parents of the Year award goes to, right? Someone else said, I don't know who to blame. I know who to blame. The people consuming these drinks. Read your labels. People, I understand, these energy drinks, they're fantastic. They make you feel good. Pre-workout, it's a pick-me-up during the day, but you actually have to read or understand, at least at the very least, how much caffeine you're consuming. There's a lot of little ancillary and little minute details on the labels and all that. A lot of people are not going to read, but at least the hard-hitting drugs within these drinks, you should probably understand the doses you're consuming on a daily basis. I'm just saying, I don't know,
Alani themed. While the cans do have a label that says the drink is not recommended for children, the lawsuit claims the drinks were defectively designed, marketed, and had inadequate warnings about the serious cardiac risks that excessive caffeine can cause.
Okay, then if that's the case, if we actually have retards running around in society who don't understand that too much caffeine consumption, multiple energy drinks per day, of which I believe is common sense, is bad for you every single day. 3 energy drinks per day, 600 milligrams every single day, 365, even on the weekends too, can eventually have negative impacts on your bodies. And I guess we do need a giant general surgeon's label on the middle of every energy drink, just to make sure we don't have going around killing themselves slowly by drinking too much caffeine energy drinks.
There's no warnings.
They're actually, bro, I don't know if energy drinks.
There's no warnings. There's nothing.
They're actually, bro, I don't know if they updated this or not, but there literally are warnings in their description, and I believe on the bottom, not recommended for children, people who are sensitive to caffeine, pregnant women, or people who are nursing. Like, the story is actually reminding me why they have labels on anything. Don't drink bleach. I don't know. I don't know. Eat Tide Pods. Remember that trend? Don't open a bottle of Pine Sol and smell it because it smells good to you. Like, the fumes can destroy your brain. These things feel like common sense to me, but apparently it's not. And as you can see here, there is a warning right here on the Alani new energy drink. I've never heard of this company before. This story, and it's there. It is there. But again, we live in a day and age where nobody wants to take accountability for their actions. Everybody wants to be a victim, and it's nobody's fault, right? It's everybody else's fault but your own.
On there that says, hey, if you drink this, you're going to be overstimulating your heart.
Glazer's
Bruh.
Beer and Beverage, the company that distributed the drink to the store where Larissa would buy them, has been named.
First, I gotta stop. Okay, so that's like buying a car, understanding what cars do. You put gas in it, it drives, it goes vroom. You go 120 miles an hour. Do we need car manufacturers to tell drivers to say, hey, if you go fast enough and you break speeding laws, you might just end up crashing and dying? Like, clearly that is the logical outcome of doing that particular action. You do A, B is likely to occur, and C could happen to you. I don't understand why this needs to be explained.
Named a defendant in the lawsuit.
They're the ones that receive it, distribute it, and put it all over the place. And they also fail to give any warnings.
Larissa's mother said that while she knew energy drinks weren't good for her daughter, she had no idea of just how bad. His mother said that while she knew energy drinks weren't good for her daughter, she had no idea of just how bad they could be.
Wait a
Now
minute.
she's hoping other parents will think twice before allowing their kids the drinks.
So her mom knew. I don't know which one is the mom. Is this the mom right here? Is this the mom? Who's the mom? They knew that she had an obsession with caffeine, this particular energy drink brand, and they just allowed her. To be fair, a lot of teen girls, 17, high school, cheerleader, she probably is the rebellious type. She probably said, I'm gonna keep drinking this and you can't stop me. I mean, what can you do? What can you honestly do? I mean, there are options, but then, you know, they're pretty extreme to a 17-year-old girl who probably doesn't even want to listen to her mom or her dad. So
I just hope that, I hope that people out there at least are aware now. And
a lot of people.
She'll probably save some lives.
Ma'am, let me read these comments. Literally, someone said, why the F are you drinking an energy drink every day, right? I think people are aware of this already. So another person said, 200 milligrams a day really isn't a lot for a girl her size and weight. It actually is. And remember, she was drinking multiple of these per day. It's not like she was just consuming 200 milligrams per day and that's it. She was consuming 2, 3, 4 cans per day. She had an actual addiction. Multiply the number she was drinking by the milligrams in each can and you get 600, 800, 1,000 possibly. One person said, rest in peace, but daily though. Another person said, not gonna lie, I'd be drinking 2 C4 energy drinks every day for 3 years. Buddy, go get your heart checked. I would like to note that though, if you are a man, we are better suited for, I believe, filtering out caffeine from our bodies. Women, the female body actually holds on to caffeine longer than we do. And just to clarify, I meant metabolize, not filter. They say yes, men generally metabolize caffeine faster than women on average. The main enzyme responsible is CYP1A2 in the liver, which breaks down about 95% of caffeine. Men have higher baseline of that enzyme activity. Women's metabolisms is slowed by estrogen, which inhibits that enzyme. This shows up clearly in studies. So yeah, I mean, just by the very nature of her biology made the situation that much more worse. Another person said that's her fault. WTF, that's crazy. And it's not like this is the first time this has actually happened.
Death of his son. Davis, who died after drinking too much caffeine. The 16-year-old student drank 3 drinks filled with caffeine, a McDonald's cafe latte, a large Diet Mountain Dew, and a 16-ounce energy drink. It's not necessarily the amount of caffeine that led to his death, it's the fact that he drank all 3 in less than 2 hours.
Like, why would you do that to your body, understanding that your heart needs to beat at a certain rhythm or BPM, right? Beats per minute. Why would you do that knowing that caffeine will speed up your heart rate or probably just throw it out of rhythm? Can't keep up. But again, he probably didn't know that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out here who don't understand that too much caffeine can actually kill you. And then here we have this video from Chubby Emu who said, a man dry scooped 35,000 milligrams of caffeine. This is what happened to his organs. Long story short, he died. He probably died. I'm not going to watch the entire video. I'm not going to watch the video, in fact, because it's pretty obvious. Either he irreversibly damaged his heart, his liver, or he's dead.
Can start damaging the tubules, causing permanent injury. This is what happened to E.T.'s brain, his heart, his muscles, and his kidneys after drinking 35,000 milligrams of caffeine.
Wow, shocking. His brain damaged, his heart damaged, his liver damaged.
Is there anything that can be done for E.T.?
Well, apparently he didn't die.
Because E.T. drank his caffeine recently, it may not yet be too late. It might still be possible to decontaminate his stomach and prevent the caffeine from absorbing into his blood.
He got to the hospital fast enough.
Activated charcoal was given to him in the hopes that the remaining caffeine in his stomach would stick to the surface of the charcoal, not absorb into the blood to do its damage, and eventually pass out of his body.
Pretty smart by those medical technicians. Shout out to doctors and nurses. We love you, man. Jesus, it's just amazing. The amount of lives you save because of people like this.
Hours after the dialysis was started, E.T. no longer had any seizures and his heart rhythm started to normalize. Hyperglycemia isn't life-threatening in this context.
So he got dialysis. They put some activated charcoal compound in his system. I guess it's stuck to that combination of medication. Then he received dialysis, which I believe is like blood transfusion. It essentially helps the kidney or bypasses the kidney to filter out the blood from toxins, right? Yeah, dialysis is a life-sustaining medical procedure that filters waste, toxins, and excess fluid from the blood when the kidneys fail. So yeah, I mean, this guy luckily saved by modern technology, modern medical tech. Unfortunately for the 17-year-old girl, cooked. I mean, you know, someone said user error. The family's not. I don't think the family's gonna win the lawsuit. that would set case law and set a precedent to where now all these other energy drink companies, like I Like Ghost energy drinks, I know there's 200 milligrams of caffeine in each can. I'm not going to drink 3 or 4 of those per day. I drink water in the morning before I go to the gym. I may drink half of the can, you know, within like 30 minutes, and then I'll drink like the other half. Sometimes not. I probably don't even finish the can. So as a grown man, I'll drink half the can, 100 milligrams, and then go about my day. Maybe not even drink the rest of the can. Head to the gym, maybe grab a matcha after, and that's it. Like, that's just common sense. I'm sorry, RIP to her, but holy shit. Anyway, guys, I you know, thoughts and opinions down below. What do you think about this? Also, we do have
Bruce Jopamoff's brain needs to be studied. I'm not going to bore you with a long Bruce Jopamoff's brain needs to be studied. I'm not going to bore you with a long intro, but since he got exposed for gossiping in a group chat like KD about Kai and your rage, it's like Bruce Jopamoff only goes viral when he's talking shit about someone else. Yes, we know he has a cult of nut-hugging droolers that think he can do no wrong in every situation. It's like the DEO folks that support him and me are the only ones who seem to have a brain between their skulls. By the way, before I get into this, I'm not a huge fan of any of these streamers, and I've never been afraid of speaking the truth about them. I've never been biased either, so keep that YRG, DEO, OTF, 4K Trey shit away from me, gang. Now, Bruce's latest issue is with Your Rage. He's basically labeling 28-year-old Rage as a predator for making content with a 19-year-old streamer named Yana, implying that he's only collabing with her to get in her pants. Here's some quick clips for context.
Like, no cap. On God, y'all, if I'm 28 years old and I'm calling a girl a little sis and she's like 18 going on 19, bro, somebody come put the gun under my chin and blow the fucking trigger. On God, that shit is dead crazy, bro. Like, if you got a little sis your way into some gang, you are crazy. You're crazy, lil sis. Gang, what are you talking about, lil sis? You're trying to lil sis your way into some pussy, bro? I'ma just say that. I'ma say the quiet part out loud. I've never given a nigga. At 30, bro, you're supposed to just be straight up, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all the little sis, Hello Kitty shit, bro, you know?
A lot of niggas see Yana and they want to fuck. So when they see me being platonic with this girl and making funny content, they're like, damn, Thousand Rages position shit. I'll be going, you know what I'm saying? I'm not you. I'm not you. I don't want to be you neither. I promise you. I'm not you, my nigga. Keep that weird. I already said a week ago, chat. I don't give a if I know you in real life. I don't give a if you a streamer. I don't give a if you a random in the fucking chat. If you say some weirdo shit, if you make a suggested comment between me and Yana, that girl is 19 years old. I'm 28. Don't play with me like that, bro. Are you crazy, my nigga? Knowing how this internet shit get? Are you crazy? You dig what I'm saying? Like, I'm not your I'm not your friend, bro. Go troll with your little puss ass friend. Don't troll with me, bro. We don't talk, my nigga. And the niggas gonna be like, it's trolling, bro. It's trolling. The niggas gonna go on the burner. I just wanna let my feelings out for real, cuz. I like how I feel when I let shit. What is it, my nigga?
The two will go back and forth with Your Rage saying that Bruce only starts issues with people because he needs content, comparing him to a hoe, and that he should have listened to Kai Cenat a while ago when he warned him about Bruce.
Niggas want me to crash out.
Niggas want that. Every minute I speak on niggas, that's 5 extra talking points, topics on their stream, because they got no content, my nigga. Niggas is bored. Niggas don't want to stream no more. They hate this shit. So they gotta talk shit about other niggas. They hate it. They don't know what the to do. You is worse than my hoes, my nigga. I don't even got. At least after a year, my hoes stop. My old, you know what I'm saying? They stop. Bro, it's been 3 years. Do I gotta block you like a bitch? Do my mom gotta ban your name out my chat or some shit? Like, what do I gotta do, bro? You wanna talk to me? We gotta talk on the phone? I ain't talking to you on the phone, nigga. It's just a cycle. The same shit just gonna happen. I should listen to that one nigga. Shout out my dog. But I'm too nice, gang. I'm too nice. I be letting shit like, niggas going through shit. Niggas learn their lesson. Bitch. Okay, I understand. From a distance, no, it has to be nothing.
Bruce will respond by saying that he is the content, roast him for having chin injections, calls him a leech, and says that he.
Okay, I understand. From a distance, no, it has to be nothing.
Calls him a leech and says that he raised him. Wow.
You got 10 injections. The Load it up, bro. He's done. The excruciation of your rage, ugly ass boy. Boy, you was a Twitter plug. On God, stupid ass boy. What is you talking about, nigga? You used to be like, so Illuminati, what do you want me to take out again? Dumbass boy, what is you saying, nigga? Out of content, nigga, I am the content, nigga. You want to look like me,
yeah,
pussy? What are you talking about, nigga? I didn't know that it was so many pedophiles in the world. All I said was it's not okay for a 30-year-old to have a platonic relationship with a 19-year-old. What do they have in common? Where am I wrong? Nobody will tell me that. I'm wrong in that. Your rage, I don't benefit off you, nigga. I never have. You been the type of nigga to benefit off of everybody. You leech. The fuck are you talking about? You fucking clown. Did you forget where you come from? Pussy. I remind you, nigga. I raised you first. You fucking loser. So what are we talking about? And that don't even matter, nigga. But just remember where the fuck shit started.
This is clearly something that's been brewing for a while, and niggas can't tell me that Bruce has not been waiting for a response so he can air everything out. It's obvious. Well, I do think this whole big bro, little sis thing is 100% cringe on some Disney, Nickelodeon shit. It's literally nothing wrong with it, especially if we can clearly see it's a platonic work dynamic and nothing more. And they are both consenting adults, of age, by the way. So I don't know what this whole thing of your rage being a pedo came from, but y'all niggas, y'all brains are fried, man. And your rage and Yana clearly drew the line many times so people wouldn't try to do this same thing they're doing right now, making them some sort of couple in their minds and creating fan fiction.
I don't care if it's a troll. I don't care if I know you in real life. Any comments towards me and Yana in any type of that type of way, you're blocked and banned, gang. You're weird, gang. Like weird. Any suggest blocked and banned.
Even with rage, people are trying to make it weird. I'm like, no, that's very platonic. I've been wanting to stream with Rage for a minute, especially because he was the first streamer that actually gave me a first bigger streamer that gave me a chance to like come on his stream, and like when I had like 200 viewers, he was the first streamer that gave me a chance pretty much.
And it's one question that I have for Bruce and anyone agreeing that a 28-year-old man and a 19-year-old woman streaming to a live audience is somewhat weird. Why is the first thing that you think about when a man and a woman collaborate on a public streaming platform with cameras in their face 24/7 is something sexual? Like, why is that the first thing that comes to your mind? That says more about where your brain is at than the people that you're criticizing. Mind you, this is the same nigga that criticized people like Deshae Frost for making freaky content their whole identity, which is a point that I agree with, by the way. But I'm trying to figure out, what do your rage do to make you have the same vitriol that you had with Deshae and say that he's trying to sleep with her? Let me guess, is this clip right here that's floating around where he tilted her head to the sunlight on stream in front of tens of thousands of viewers? Yup, that's definitely predatory, man. I'm really convinced that your brains are actually filled with goon juice. Because there's no way I see a man and a woman collabing and the first thing I think about is they're having sex. Like, yo, y'all definitely need help, bro. One thing I don't understand is some people call this new age of streaming quote-unquote fake and scripted. And I agree to a certain extent, yet don't believe two people who are entertainers, in a sense, can't collaborate for the sake of said scripted content. It just has to be more to it if a 28-year-old man and a 19-year-old woman have non-sexual segments on stream. Seek help. And for the people saying, y'all don't know how real life goes, y'all have never been around women if you can't see what your rage is doing. No, nigga, you have not been around a woman one time without trying to fuck them. Maybe you gotta get off those weird websites and learn what a platonic relationship is. Oh, and let's address this point where he says, what do a 28-year-old and a 19-year-old have in common? Well, in this case, streaming, you drooling idiot. You acting like they got caught on a date or something, like on some TMZ shit. Literally everything is live streamed. And you can't use your rage and Yana as an example to prove a point when it's clearly a collab for the sake of content. And it's not some random 28-year-old man and a 19-year-old woman that are just hanging out. They're literally working. They set up this collab. And the definition of the word pedophile has been chopped to shreds because the last time I checked, Yana is 19 years old. What the fuck is this nigga talking about? As for Bruce, you should be the last nigga to even attempt to criticize or label anyone as a predator when you're literally friends with Mr. 33 Ian Connor. This nigga completed a predator speed run with them 33 grape allegations. That nigga even called you his son, dog. You need to address that instead of some weird streamer fan fiction. On top of the weird shit you used to say in Los Polos' chat about raping your nine-year-old cousin, bro, you need to seek help, brother. It's funny how nobody had a problem with this until Bruce said it, and now his DEO minions and gooners are running interference for his stupid comments. Was your Rage trying to quote-unquote lil sis his way into fucking these other female streamers that he collab with that's younger than him, like Primate Page, Snow Cone, Mari, even Cat, by just streaming with them? Because he calls them lil sis too, and those relationships are 100% platonic. Your argument starts to fall apart when you realize it's either purely projection or not grounded in reality. This whole thing was clearly to get your Rage's attention, and I'm basing that off the one fact that they haven't spoken in 3 years like Bruce said, and your Rage hasn't answered any of his calls.
I ain't gonna lie, the thing that I hate the most, Brady, you know what I hate the most about all this shit though? We haven't talked in 3 years. It's a whole miscommunication thing, bro. Literally. That's the
He didn't hit you?
I feel like he's intimidated by something. I don't know.
See, somebody called me out for the little sis gimmick. I'm hitting their phone and be like, hey, pussy.
Bro, and I'm gonna tell y'all this only because I know him straight up. When I seen what Aimha said, chat, you know what I did? I called his phone. We talked for an hour.
Oh.
Did I come on here diss to Aimha? No. What the fuck I need to diss Aimha for when we smoked a joint on my balcony?
Bruce then mentions Ada Ross, saying that at least he can call him and own up to his mistakes.
We were man enough to get on the phone and admit where we fucked up. As much as people hate Aiden, you know what I'm saying? That nigga, he'll answer the phone and you know what I'm saying? Apologize about shit that he know he did. You feel me? So that's just very surprising. That's why shit just be so funny to me, because like niggas pick and choose. They pick and choose when it benefits them. When everybody seen that I came back, everybody wanted to give me subs because it benefited them.
So what I'm saying is, you use your Rage's platonic relationship with Yana to make a point that doesn't apply to him in order to get his attention, and then when he has an issue with him being labeled something he's not, which is a predator or a groomer, now he's in the wrong for responding publicly instead of calling you. This is just peak gaslighting and manipulation, bro. And it's one thing we can all agree on, and this is based on evidence, not any weird fanfics or theories. Bruce misses being cool with Kai and Rage and will literally do anything to get their attention or speak on them when he can, and sometimes he labels it as quote-unquote trolling.
Everything aside for a second, you guys create a history.
KC, bro. You doing his thing, bro.
Type shit.
All right, bro. Just show the sweatshop, because you're not gonna be in the lab all day, gang. You're just not. Show the sweatshop, bro. You're not. You're not doing this shit yourself, bro. Performative ass shit.
And when reaching out doesn't work, he starts talking out the side of his mouth about them publicly, then privately wants to patch things up later down the line. It's the same cycle like a scorned ex-girlfriend. Somebody get this nigga some friends, bro. And stop all that dick riding, man. Just cause a nigga have a point, you dick ride his point to the max just cause he a favorite streamer, bro. Like, actually develop a brain of your own, bro. Develop a thought of your own that actually is sound. Like, develop an argument of your own that makes sense. You feel me? Instead of just dick riding and being a drone. Yana would hop online and speaks about this whole situation, basically saying that she's simply having fun collabing, making new friends. Please don't be weird. And she says, if I ever feel uncomfortable with a collab, I would make it known. I love all my streamer friends. Please don't make things weird when nothing is going on. That's basically what I was saying, man. Y'all niggas just making shit weird and creating fanfics. As simple as that. Like, stop being weird, bro. But let me know what you guys think about this situation in the